Tonight, on Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide, songwriter-producer Terence Thompson returns to our platform. Affectionately known as Mr. Terence Thompson, this indie artist is a multifaceted creative, noted for collaborations with Teddy Riley from The Groove Guy and Blackstreet. Moreover, Thompson handpicked and recorded music for world-renowned superstar pop singer Michael Jackson on the hit single Heaven Can Wait. Ironically, with strong hip-hop and R&B influences, a decadent treat emerged in Thompson's production. The songwriter's latest releases have been soft, lush jazz compositions, which include collaborations from numerous esteemed indie vocalists, tripping organic Spotify stream counters into a collective 6 digits. Join the conversation as we journey into his latest release, No Bees. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another Music Monday on Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide. So glad to have you guys in. I see you're coming in. See the comments are starting to pop in. I am Sabrina Taylor. You guys know me, right? Already. Yep, you know me. Creator and host of the show. So glad to see you guys coming in. We got a lot to chat about. Another special guest on tonight. Every Monday we have a special guest, and regardless of whether they've been here once, twice, 5 times, like Selena Albright, I'm always happy to see them come back, because when they come back, that means there's something that I've done right. And I want to continue to support the indie community, the indie culture. It is such an honor. It's a thrill to be able to support and undergird you guys. And so tonight, I really have adopted him as brother. I respect him. And I guess I really should have said, I mean, it's affectionate, Mr. Terrence, because sometimes all right, Mr. Terrence Thompson, we're affectionate in that, but respectfully calling him that, because he is definitely a producer, and he has made some major moves, and releases have come out with him. And we are just so happy to have him return to the platform and talk to us about some of that. Hey, Terrence.
Hey, Sabrina, what's going on, sis?
Hey, it's a pleasure to have you back. We're glad you're here.
I'm glad to be back, and thank you for allowing me to come back. It was such a great time the last time. I'm glad we get to do it again.
Oh yeah. It was a great. I mean, it got kind of heavy.
You made some friends.
But you know what, you guys, if you didn't see, the last time you were here, it was July, if I'm not mistaken. It was July 19th of last year. So we're almost a year. We didn't quite make it, but it's still been a while.
Yeah.
And that live was simply amazing. Just so much.
It was a great show.
Yeah, a lot of information that you released out as well. So if you guys didn't get a chance to see it, just go in and type in and search Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide Terence Thompson, and then there's a list of tabs, and just look under videos, and all of the videos of him will come up, and then you can find him that way. So, but we're glad to have you guys come in, and since I am acknowledging, and I haven't done this in a minute, I do want to say hello to the UAR family. You know, I love you guys, and glad to have you in, Alvin. Thank you so much for joining us on tonight.
My God.
I know. Come on and share. And the missus is like, hello, everyone. So glad to have you guys on. Please share, tag, share, invite. And of course, Sheila is here. So glad to have you. Hey, sis. So glad to have you in. I know. And Winford says, Terrence, good evening, and Monday blessing to you as well.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, indeed. Martin Higgs from the UK. my buddy and friend, and he's here tonight. He's up late watching, way late
Hey,
watching.
Martin. Thanks.
I know, I know. And just so glad to have him. Colleen's here. Hey, so
Colleen.
glad to have you in, Colleen. And they're still coming in. When you guys come in, please make sure that you let me know that you are here. Michael Upshaw is in tonight. Hello there. So glad to have you in, my king. So glad to have you here. And then let's see, who else have I not brought in? Let's see. Well, Yasmin said, hey, Sabrina. Hey, I can't wait to meet her. She's so beautiful. You guys, if you've never seen his wife, she's like a model. She's absolutely gorgeous.
She's a
She's
sweet person. She has a really sweet, good heart.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just beautiful, beautiful to see black love. I do appreciate it. I really do. Well, I want to begin my conversation. Of course, like I said, you were here July of last year. There was a lot of heavy information that we discussed
Yeah.
about the
Yeah.
music industry and, some of the things that are happening. And even back of house just a little while ago, I didn't want him to be shocked because I have a question that I haven't asked anybody else except him. I'll start asking people along the way, but he'll be the first for this question. I won't tell you what it is. You'll have to watch it to hear. And so, but I wanted him not to be like, oh boy, that's a heavy question. So I didn't want him to have to do that, right? And so I gave it to him ahead of time so he can think about it. I, though, want you to talk about, for those who didn't see the show last time, who are some of your music influences, Terrence?
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
It just so for me, because I didn't, grow up playing, music, instrument, a piano or anything in the church, like a lot of the musicians that I deal with.
Yeah.
I just I love all music, but I would definitely have to say Stevie Wonder, Donny Hathaway, Marvin
Mhm.
Gaye, Sam Cooke.
Good
I mean,
stuff.
Ray Charles, excuse, just so many different people. Of
Yeah.
course, a lot of jazz greats, Coltrane, Davis. It just goes on and on. But not just on R&B or jazz, but even pop artists as well. A lot of you know groups that I grew up. Queen, I'm a huge Queen fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Just so music. Period. Prince and Michael and just all.
Yeah. But do
Yeah.
you do you in those and I know it's kind of difficult because the 70s, even the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, some amazing creatives,
Yeah.
were out there. Do you have like can you say there's just this one that just oh boy, when I talk about him or her or whatever, it just I get so excited like a kid at Christmas. Do you have
Oh
a
yeah.
greatest influence, right?
Yeah. I would probably have to say Stevie Wonder hands down. Just when you look at the fact that what he's done for
Yeah,
music, I mean
sure.
his longevity, his songwriting, his
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
musicianship, his the level of and caliber of music that he's put out. Just
God.
you know, yeah, but there are so many different people that I enjoy, their music, you know, someone like Roger Troutman,
Yes.
amazing. He was an amazing talent,
Yeah, I know.
and so yeah, but Stevie Wonder will probably be the top, you know, all
He,
around. But
he's
then,
unmatched. I mean, from the smooth jazz industry to the R&B
yeah,
industry to the pop industry, he just crosses all these lines, right?
yeah.
And everybody, if you don't know Stevie Wonder, you're not from this world,
He can't
okay?
be from this planet.
You just you can't like wait a minute. And if you're black, I'm revoking your black card,
Yeah.
okay?
So I do
Um,
have a funny story though.
okay, I want to hear it. I want to
Yeah.
hear
Well,
it.
it's kind of funny. So,
Okay.
a buddy of mine, someone that I know, actually, Stevie's brother-in-law. I didn't even know it was his brother-in-law. So,
Okay.
the guy heard that, he said, "Yeah, I heard your music, and I would love to, send it to Stevie, right?" So,
What?
yeah, yeah. So he sent it to Stevie, and apparently Stevie wanted to try to call me, but my phone was on silent. Oh,
No way.
yes. Listen, he even sent the video. I have the video of the guy said, Stevie wanted to talking into the phone, like saying Terrence, like, and he's like, I don't know what's going on. He's not answering his phone.
Oh
But he
my.
never called back. I was devastated. I was like,
Well, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Hello.
yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah.
So are you saying like you never ever up to this date you haven't connected with Steve?
No, no, we just, I mean, his brother-in-law has tried to connect us a few times, but we've missed each other, So,
Wow.
I told the guy, no pressure, but his brother-in-law is a huge fan, a huge supporter of my music. He's just like, he's one of those guys that every time I release something, he's just like, man, wow.
It is a wow. Your music is definitely abstract and it the whole meaning of jazz is your music. You know, it's a culmination of all the music, and then there's this twist that you add to it that is your style, and even with your eyes closed, you could be Stevie Wonder and know that this is Terence Thompson, who produced this music. So you do have some phenomenal music. And speaking of music, is it your full time pursuit, or are you?
No, no,
No.
and that's the funny thing about it. So
Yeah.
I have this thing, I kind of joke with my wife about it. I'm gonna use it as a tag one day. Like I'm gonna be like day job did another one. So like no, I'm an executive by day, and I've been an executive for the past 20 years. I work in public transit. Been doing that for upwards to 20 years, and that's the difference for me, and that's what I'll say. Maybe that comes across in my music. I'm not pressured. I'm not pressured to
Ah,
sound like anyone or to
yep.
compete with anyone. I don't listen to anything when I'm creating, when I'm writing.
Yeah.
It's you hear me, and I don't have any pressure on me to generate a hit record or anything like that.
I love
Uh,
that. I love that. You are truly doing it for the love of music then.
Oh, period. And my wife will, I mean, if you look at the bank account, she'll strangle me. I mean, she's I mean, she's fully supportive of this thing. I mean, we dump
Oh,
real money into this,
yeah.
I mean, real money, and
You know,
and
that's
it's
beautiful.
um
That's
it's a
beautiful.
blessing to be able to do it.
Yeah, and especially when you've got partnership in that.
Oh yeah.
I've said it several times here. Those who frequent the show a lot will know. I just I melt with when there's partnership. From husband and wife team,
Oh yeah, yeah.
because that within itself is like purpose being fulfilled. Period. When you unify, there's strength, when the two of you are doing something together. Yeah, she may have one job and you may have another, but when you agree, there's power in agreement. And
Yeah.
she's alongside of you with that. I've seen her in your videos.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And
that's
and
beautiful,
and
Terrence.
people can say they support you. I mean, that's one thing, but I
Mm,
mean, she spends her money, on me. She's put her
yeah,
money behind me. Oh yeah, yeah. Like it's not
yes,
just
and
all
women.
my dollars. Yeah, she spent real money on the boy. So
Oh, lady, you better
yeah,
you better do the doggone thing, okay?
yeah. So I
um,
go hard for us, and
yes,
to
yeah.
build.
Yeah, yeah, to build. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Partnership and building. Whatever you choose. That
Absolutely.
is so key. So she's a yes ma'am. Absolutely. And I totally agree. Let me put her comment up there so everybody can see it. Yes. See, I told you she's gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What separates you though from We're going to go to break in just a little bit. We're right on time. But share with me what separates you from this crowded producer field. I mean, there's tons of producers that are out here. What do you feel separates you
Oh man,
from the pack?
I don't. You know what? Honestly, I don't feel separated. I feel like I'm running with the herd, but I
Do
guess
you?
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, because
In your
here's
style, though, in your style, you're not like, you don't sound like them.
no, no.
You just don't, you know?
I have always had a very open ear and mind.
Mm,
So I'm always listening. I'm not into me and what I do. I mean, for the I don't know, 40 plus tracks I released in the past, year or
mhm.
two, there are probably 400 that'll never get released. So
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
so I
Okay.
mean, I'm very critical of myself, and
Right.
I don't believe in just putting out something for putting it, for the sake of putting something out.
Yeah.
I put everything that I can into every track, every song that I do.
Intentional. You're
Yeah,
intentional. Yeah.
very very intentional.
I can appreciate, and I definitely can
And
appreciate that. Yeah.
because I send you a lot of rough stuff
Yes.
that I'm
Ooh,
working on.
even the rough stuff sounds good, Terrence. I'm like, oh my God.
But that's because I'm looking for that. Okay, and
Yeah.
will it resonate with someone the way it's resonating with me? You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I hear it whenever I hear it. I'm like, okay, what am I going to hear today? Because I know it's going to be flavorful, lush. I know I'm going to hear possibly a muted trumpet. Uh,
yeah, those guys.
I
But I'm
love.
fortunate though because I have some incredible musicians that I work with. You
Wow.
know, my job as a writer, as a producer,
Yeah.
it's gotten so much easier because I think A1 musicians that support me.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
I love those guys and I love their craft, and it's just very humbling.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. When you work among the greats, it can make you very, very humble. Very humble.
Absolutely. They've made me step my game up. So
I was going to say they make you stretch a little further, even.
absolutely. Yeah. I've grown, within the past year or so, and I'm venturing into areas I never thought I would even begin to delve into. So yeah, it's very exciting.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, let's take a quick break, pay a couple of bills. We're going to come back, and I want to talk a little bit more um, about this sweet spot in jazz that you have. And you do so well in it, so well in it. But we're going to come back with more of our special guests. You guys, please don't go away. Stay close because I want you not to miss any of it. All right, we'll be right back with our special guest, songwriter, producer, Mr. Terence Thompson. We'll be back. Hey everyone, Sabrina Taylor here. Join me on Unsigned Artistryville Worldwide every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Central, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Learn about the artistry of our guests through up close and personal conversation and music premiere. Don't miss a segment. Come on, join the community. The Platinum Agencies is taking the indie brand to the next level with customized strategies that include interviews on Unsigned Artistryville Worldwide and campaigns on social media. Listen to what these artists have to say about us. Independent artist Ashley Scott says, Unsigned Artistryville Worldwide is the premier platform for promotion of artists and musicians that borderline the genres of soul and jazz. Being a guest 3 times on the platform, I'm truly thankful for the opportunity and support given by Sabrina Taylor. She has helped create brand awareness, bringing new fans to my music. Every time I release a new song, I look forward to coming back to Unsigned Artistryville Worldwide.
Grammy Award, Dove Award, RIAA certified singer songwriter Cherie Patrice shares. Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide is a great platform and source for indie artists to promote, expound, and extend their brand. I can always count on Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide to capture the essence, the heart, and the soul of an indie artist within its presentation. I always feel welcomed, celebrated, and in good hands with its CEO and founder, Sabrina Taylor, who puts her grand touch of elegance and excellence on every artist she comes in contact with. I highly endorse the Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide Experience. The Platinum Agencies, better known as TPA, brand ambassador for the independent artists on social media. Connect with the Platinum Agencies at tpatheplatinum.agencies.com. Check out the new merchandise from Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide. Our brand new black is the new white mug is available now at etsy.com. And while you're there, peek in on our tees. Don't forget, go over to etsy.com/shop/the Music Note Boutique.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the show. I am Sabrina Taylor, creator and host of Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide. And if you are just joining us, please do me a favor, share, tag, invite, let everybody know that we are here. And we have a special guest, Mr. Terence Thompson,
Hey, hey,
producer,
hey.
singer, songwriter, performer. I mean, he's all of that. And
Mm.
we have him on tonight. And just so glad to have him back. He was with us July of last year, and just happy to have him back, and so we can follow and see what he's doing, these days. And it seems like he's still churning out the beautiful jazz music. You have your own label production company, correct?
Yes, yes, Soul Lovers Entertainment, and that'll actually probably shut down. I have new music that I'm working on that I'll be releasing on a new indie label. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
I have a new boss. Yeah, Yasmin. She's actually starting a label. So
a new boss. I
yeah,
love it.
time
I
to get
love
some residuals off all his music. So
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah, I
Yes,
think it's
Yasmin.
only
I agree. I agree. I totally, totally agree.
uh,
Well, congratulations to the both of you again. I know it's going to be successful. So, and just kind of a sidebar, is she in music at any point or she sounds like she's a creative. So, share just a little bit about her.
yeah, yeah. So she is creative, but she does her best work in the kitchen.
Okay.
Phenomenal cook. Oh my God! Listen, like
Wow.
yeah, I'm trying to work off the 50 pounds that I gained since us being
Oh,
together the past 4 years. But yeah, she modeled at one point in time,
I can tell. Hmm.
and but very just she's really the person that she's like a Swiss Army knife. Whatever I need her to do, she gets it done. Like I mean, she
All
she gets it done.
right.
If I need her to video, she's like,
She's in
okay,
that video.
yes, she's in it. I mean, no matter if I need her
And
to hold the camera,
working
whatever
the
I need,
thing.
yes. So that's my day one.
Mhm. I love
Like
it.
yeah. So she's on point with whatever I need her to do, and amazing
Absolutely.
support. And I wouldn't be able to do what I do if it
Of
wasn't for
course not.
her. So
Of
I
course
just
not.
want to be very clear on that.
Right, right. And jazz seems to be like your sweet spot. At least for right now. And I know, and I've shared in the introduction, you have flavors of hip hop and R&B, but this seems to kind of be your sweet spot. You've released, if I'm not mistaken, when you were here, you were sharing that you had released around 12 songs or more?
No, it was more than that. It was
Yeah,
yeah, my album, the If I Only Had a Band album had like 19 tracks on it.
that's
And then
amazing.
I think I put out like maybe 8 to 10 singles
Right.
after that with
After
some
that,
really great,
yeah.
great artists as well.
Wow. Wow. Who do you, how do you choose who you're going to record next? Because you got so, man, when I look at all of the people that you've recorded, how in the heck can you decide, okay, this person is going to go on here or that person's going to go over there? How do you do that?
So it's I will be very I will try to be very brief and concise with this.
Okay. Okay.
So I got a text today from my beautiful sister Anita Basong,
Oh,
who
I
is
love
on
her.
Say Travels. Yeah, she's an amazing artist, right?
Yes, she is.
So
Yeah.
I'm writing this track. Actually, the track is pretty much done.
Okay.
It's called Heart Exam, and beautiful. I mean, I think, in my opinion, I think it's one of my best pieces, in my opinion.
I haven't
So
heard that yet.
yeah,
Hello.
I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay, I'm sorry to
So
interrupt, but
no,
go ahead.
no. So she texted me today. She was like, "Hey, I'm going in to record Saturday. I wish I could fly out there. Or I wish you could come here, whatever, so we could get the session." I said,
Hmm.
"Look, you're gonna kill it. Just do 20 takes or whatever." But when I was doing that track, I knew she would be perfect for it. Like with Too Soon. Too Soon didn't exist with Carmen Brunner. I actually heard Carmen. I heard Fragile.
She's
One day,
so
and,
yes,
and I actually sent her. I sent her an email saying, I think it was an email or text saying, "Hey, I would love to pitch a track to you. Would you be, interested?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'm open." So I wrote Too Soon, and
she murdered
sent it
that.
to her. Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. She did.
Yeah.
And I just sent her another track that,
Uh-uh.
yeah, this one is yeah, it's I think it's really special.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing.
All of your songs are very, very special. Every last one of them. And sidebar, you've kind of adopted a look. You've even branded your covers.
Yes.
Your songs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How'd that happen? All of them
So,
are the same,
yeah,
except that
yeah.
the names of the songs are different. How'd that happen? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of like my graphic artist is a great guy. I've been knowing for years. His name is Eric Collins, and Ubu Illustrator. You can look him up. He's phenomenal artist, period. But he's been doing covers for me. He really understands my vision, and I wanted something that was simplistic, but also kind of throwback, retro. When you look at it, it's like, oh, that's kind of like an old school feel to it, you
I like
know.
it. I
And
like
I don't like to put pictures on the covers. I
it.
just want the music to speak for itself, because
Sure.
that should be timeless.
Should be.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I totally, totally agree. And you guys, this was a question that I posed to Terrence back of house. And I kind of wanted him to, just kind of think about this and then give me an answer. But I said to him, I said, if you could push a button in this current climate, if you could, uh, particularly in music, which button would that be? Which button would you push and why?
I would push the "I wish more musicians would dare to be original" button. Yeah,
Ooh,
that's the one I would push, you know.
okay, see, there you go. Here you go. You're getting started already.
Well, well, I mean, to me, that's the only thing that's gonna really make sense in the end when you're done, with whatever it is you're doing, in music. You're gonna want to look. To me, I think you would want to look back and say, "Hey, I did the type of music that I wanted to do."
Sure.
I mean, to me, I'm not. I try not to be critical of anyone's music. If it's great, it's great, and
Yep.
if it's not great, it's not great. But I try not to be critical, and I try not to be judgmental. The
Mhm.
same way people, won't feel my music. I'm a consumer as well.
That's
But the one
right.
thing I will say is this: is that I try to leave everything that I have in my music. You know,
Mm.
my emotional contact, my
Yep.
essence is in that music. And you know, I if someone says, "Hey, it sounds like this or it sounds like that," that's not
Yep.
a compliment to me. For people like me, that's not a
Yeah.
compliment because I don't want to be compared to anyone else.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, but for me, I hear to me when I it's hard for me to distinguish between artists because a
Mm.
lot of the music sounds the same. And I'll go back to somebody that I'm a huge fan of, big supporter. Like, love this guy. Been to his concerts. Is on Robert Glasper's first on one of his first CDs. I think it was on the Robert Glasper experience. I can't think of the first one. I think Black Radio. I think when they
Mm-hmm.
have this intro where they're talking about like everything sounds the same. Like, we got to do something. And
Right.
this guy, he put out this amazing album. He's been on this amazing run,
Right.
and he's changed the genre forever.
Mm. Yeah.
And there are amazing artists out here, but people they're chasing after everyone else's definition of success.
Can't do that.
So I
Mm-hmm.
don't need and I'm not saying it, well, I don't need certain accolades to feel
Right.
good about my music
Right.
because I know it's fire. No, no, I'm just a joke, but
Confidence is key, though. No, no.
no,
Yeah,
but
there's,
but
yeah, yeah.
but I'm a consumer and I
Right.
listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't move me, you
Mm.
know, and I'm not listening to it going, okay, oh, that's not, no, I'm listening to it critically,
Yeah.
critically. I'm analyzing it. And if it doesn't move me, then it's like, no, I'm not gonna use that track, or I'm not gonna release it,
Yeah.
or I'll rework it, so
Right.
but that's
Right.
the button I would push.
Yeah. Because we already have a ton of, the people I could name, all the greats, in female and male artists, from Brian McKnight to Michael Jackson to Janet Jackson to Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. We have those. We don't need to duplicate them.
Right, right,
Um, we need to be original and intentional and put out quality music. As a matter of fact, St. James last week said basically the same thing.
dope brother, and that's why
Yeah,
he's blazing
head
the
of the
path
game.
that he's blazing because
Hmm.
he understands that it's like,
Yeah,
listen, I'm
yeah.
not trying to get in anybody else's space.
He's
I'm
in
the
his
best
own.
at doing Terrence. I
Mm.
do me better than anybody else. you
Yeah,
know
yeah.
so that's how we have to think. So don't chase after what everyone else is doing,
Nope.
because it's I mean, you lose yourself.
Yeah, and people will become immune because you sound like everything else. So, but if you're unique, it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's go backwards. Let's hear, who is this person?
Yeah,
And it's a wow moment. I mean, even utilizing the name Michael Jackson, he became a great child star because he was just a phenomenal performer.
right.
He had a performer's voice, and he was a kid.
He was destined to do what he did.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
everyone's not going to have that. And
The
and
it
for
factor.
me, I
Hmm.
shared with a good buddy of mine, a couple of weeks ago. We were talking,
Hmm.
and I was like, look, I could start producing today and walk away,
Yeah.
and I'm still going to be happy. I mean, the music, or what happens with the music, doesn't change the dynamics of my household. It
Right.
doesn't change,
Right.
my outlook on life. I
Mhm.
mean, success is relative. It's how you look at it. And my
That's it.
I've been blessed, beyond. So I just, I wouldn't put a lot of pressure on making money out of the music business. If that's the goal, then man, prepare yourself.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. Absolutely. Nikki had a,
CTK.
I know,
What's up,
trumpeter.
bro? Yeah.
Nikki has a question. Timeless music. How would you know the hits?
That's a great question. This is what I'll say for me personally.
Got it.
do you know how many albums and CDs that have had songs on them that never made the radio that are hits?
Yes,
You
sir.
know, like a lot of B-sides that were like fire records, you
Yeah.
know. So for me, something that may resonate with me that might be my song that I love, you know, that's the hit to me, you
Right.
know, and it may not be the song that goes to number one or makes the top 100 because,
Exactly.
you know, all of that is a system. You know, it's
Mhm.
all a system designed for a very specific purpose. You know,
Unfortunately, yep.
yeah. So I mean, you know, we know that there are amazing artists that we will never hear of, that will
Never.
never break through,
Right.
and that will not detract from their greatness,
Nope.
you know. But then there are artists that do get through. So for me, if someone says to me that, hey, that song is a hit,
Hmm.
I can accept it because it's a hit to them, you know. I've
Right.
heard plenty of platinum, triple platinum records that I personally did not feel, you
Yeah.
know, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't a hit to
Right.
the million or 3 million people that purchased it. So
Right.
that's the
Right.
thing. But I think making your best, absolute best that you can do,
That's
that's
key.
that's key,
That's key.
you
Yeah,
know.
it is. And we got a lot of questions that are popping up, guys. And as soon as I come from this last break, I promise you, we are going to attack those because some of the questions, again, uh, they're relative, but I want the listeners and viewers. I want you to be hands on with them. So,
Absolutely.
I'm going to take this last break, and when we come back, we're definitely going to address the questions that are in the chat. So, you guys don't go away. We're going to come back with our special guest, Terence Thompson. Stay close.
If you want to spotlight your talent, boost your brand, email us your best MP3 at unsignedartistreveal@gmail.com to be considered as a featured artist on our platform. Mondays at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on Unsigned Artist Reveal. Come on, join the community. The Platinum Agencies is taking the indie brand to the next level with customized strategies that includes interviews on Unsigned Artist Reveal worldwide and promotional campaigns on social media. Listen to what these artists had to say about us. Daryl Anders of Agape Soul says Sabrina Taylor has created a brilliant platform to showcase unsigned and independent artists. She's been a great resource for increasing awareness and helping me to build my brand. International guitarist Gary Purcell says Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide offers a platform for unsigned artists to showcase and put themselves in a position where people can have an opportunity to learn about the artist in an up-close and personal setting. Sabrina Taylor does a great job making you feel comfortable and can really present the artist well to the audience. And it does not hurt that she has a smooth voice. The Platinum Agencies, better known as TPA, brand ambassador for indie artists on social media. Connect with the Platinum Agencies at gmail.com. Check out the new merchandise from Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide. Our brand new black is the new white mug is available now at Etsy.com. While you're there, peek in on our tees. Don't forget, go over to Etsy.com/shop/The Music Note Boutique.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I'm Sabrina Taylor, creator and host of Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide. I love, love, love what I do. I wouldn't want to do anything else. And I found my sweet spot here on this platform. It's growing, it's building. Um, and I am just so honored to be connected to the indie industry and be able to assist any possible way that I can to help you guys be heard, to be seen, and do it in excellence. You want a brand that you can connect with who looks good, sounds good, because that makes you look good, right? So I love what God is doing. I really don't want to take any credit for this. He has been phenomenal. He set the pace, the tone, and he created all of this. So I give him glory for this platform. You guys are just right in the middle of his glory. So you should really, really be humbled in that. God's glory is on this platform. That's what puts this out for. I'm not doing a thing except being the puppet, so to speak, on the string. So I love what God is doing, and we've got so many questions. Um, and I have two videos, and I thought about that too. Um, I know there are questions that I promised that I would address. I first want to show that I love this video. Her strut, sir, you being all these different guys, I was like, oh, I like this guy. Oh, I like this guy. I like that. The construction worker, fine. Okay, hello. Okay, Yasmin, can I say that?
So
Hey, dude.
the construction worker. So my
Oh,
brother gave me a big shout out for that. He was like,
I
"Hey,
love that.
thank you for remembering the blue collar." I'm
The
like, "Come
blue
on, baby,
collar
this is
workers, man. You
yeah."
did that thing. My
I had
brother
fun
was,
doing that video
oh,
too.
my brother was rocking it at all, doing all of these guys. So even there was some humor in it and some sex appeal in it. And so I want you guys, it's only about 3 minutes and like what, 15 seconds.
Yeah.
So I want you guys to check out her strut. We'll be right back, I promise.
Go ahead, Bobby. Come on, Mike. Yeah. Come on, Tony. Come on. Sean Cox, come on, brother. Come on.
I love that video. And yes, Yasmin, the player in that red, man, wow. There were so many comments. That red is fire.
Thank you, thank you.
Absolutely, of course. And Yasmin did say about the player, yeah, of course. And she said the construction is one of her faves. Alvin Lawson said that's kind of like baby making music. It's so neo soul and it's filled with jazz and neo soul, and it's just a groove to it. What was the inspiration behind that song?
So, um, the kind of like an anthem to women, and all that they have to go through and endure.
Yeah.
Most of the songs, I mean, pretty much all the songs that I write are it's love,
Yep.
or something about love, or in that regard. So, but I wanted to do something that was cool, where we could pay homage to queens all over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. There are a couple of questions that I want to get to. Alvin wants to know when you're going to cut your next release. I think we kind of talked about that.
Yeah, yeah, but that is a good question. So
Yeah.
No Bees just dropped, which, and,
Yeah.
and for those that may not know, I actually use two artist profiles. I use Mr. Terence Thompson, and I use Terence Thompson, two distinctive artist
Right.
profiles on the digital platforms.
Right.
So I just released No Bees under Terence Thompson, and I have some songs that I'm finishing up now that'll be dropping under Mr. Terence Thompson very soon.
Gotcha.
Yeah, some very cool collaborations that I'm working on. I have a couple of a few songs with Sophia Ripley again, and we did the So Confused song together. Uh,
She's
we
amazing.
have a nice duet together song called "They Say," which is about people doubting your love, and who you love.
Right.
Really cool track, and some cool people playing on it. And I have, I mentioned, songs with Carmen Bruno working on, and Anita Basong, and I just met a new sister, Kayana. I'm working with her. Just sent her two tracks, and she's fire. I mean,
Oh,
I'm a little uncomfortable about being on the tracks with her, so but I'm gonna have to try
step
to
it
figure it
up.
out.
Step it up.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
she is fire. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so something should be dropping again within the next 30 days.
Wow. And Ron Ledford asked a question, even though his picture's not up there, but on my cell phone, I can see it. He says, question, who is Terrence Thompson listening to now?
Right now, and
Yeah.
I'll be honest, when I'm creating,
Mhm.
no one.
And that's smart.
No one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, I just try not to fall into the, oh, Robert Glasper's doing this now. So let
Yep.
me, I mean, especially when it's people that you love, because it's so easy to just kind of like, oh, let me borrow a little, but no one at the moment. If anything, unfortunately, and I'm sure my wife is probably ready to choke me out, but I'm listening to the stuff that I'm working on
Right.
all day, every
Oh, yeah.
day,
Oh,
a
yeah.
thousand times,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's what I do. I listen to it until I get to the point where I feel like, okay, it's there
It's
now.
releasable. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think most producers worth their grain of salt do that.
yeah,
They're listening and they can hear what nobody else can hear.
yeah.
Right.
Producers approach music and records and
Different.
songs totally different from an artist.
Yep.
We're listening to everything, are
Everything.
all the boxes checked,
Yep.
not just a few boxes. So yeah, but that would be the answer.
Yasmin said 24/7.
24/7.
And I understand you got a producer in the house, so uh, that's a part of the game, but it's a lovely game. I want us to talk about right quick the new song, No Bees.
Yeah.
So that song is very smoky. It takes me back to jazz clubs in New York. What was your inspiration? Tell us your inspiration behind No Bees. You told me the narrative, But the music, though, talk about the song itself, its narrative, and then the music, and we'll definitely play it for everybody.
So the I will probably have to say that the no bees feel came from a couple of years ago. I was listening to a lot of Herbie Hancock, and
Ah,
forgive me because I should have mentioned Herbie Hancock like
no
as
problem.
yeah,
Yeah,
like Stevie and Herbie like right there.
right
But
there.
I was listening to a lot of Herbie Hancock, and just what he did and what he's doing for music and what he's done for music,
Hmm.
experimenting and just timing and synths and all of these different amazing things. So, I just tried to do my thing, my take on that. And that's probably, I can definitely say for me, if you listen to Uncle Anthony's Cookout,
Yep,
that is a connection that I would have to like Grover Washington
I
Jr.
can I can hear that. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
yeah, that would be that. No
yeah.
Bees would be like Herbie Hancock.
Hmm.
That's the feel and the pull that I got. And then some of the other stuff that's coming. A heart exam is definitely would be like probably Miles Davis.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
wow. Love it.
yeah.
Love it. Well, tell us the narrative behind No Bees.
Yeah. So no bees. So on my album, If I Only Had a Band, if you listen, that track is actually on my album, but we kind of revamped it.
Got it.
But it's a spoken word piece
Hmm.
uh on my album called The Name Game. And it's about a young lady, her name is Tiffany, that did the spoken word. She gives the spoken word, and it's in essence about a guy calling her out of her name,
Got
and
it.
then a female calls her out of her name, and in the end, we kept it clean, but she essentially says, "Well, there are no bees in here, no bitches in here,"
Yeah,
and that's pretty much what it is. It's kind of saying, there aren't any bees in here.
right.
There are no. Don't
Absolutely.
disrespect women like that.
Right.
So it's kind of
Exactly.
abstract.
Of course. Of
Yeah.
course. Yeah. The sound is just, it's like, oh boy, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, I mean, Michael Hudson, Curtis McCain,
Yes.
John Cos, Bobby Ramone. I mean, these are guys that, I mean, I write it and I give it to them, and they just, I almost feel like when they say, "Hey, do you have any idea?" I'm like, just do what you do,
Are you
just
recording this live?
no, no. So here's the crazy thing. So Michael Hudson and Anthony Silver, they come to my studio at my house.
Got it.
Jean Kaj records in Miami. He lives in Miami.
Okay.
Bobby, he records in New York, and Curtis, he doesn't live far from me. He's in Virginia too,
Got
but
it.
he records in his studio and then he sends it. But it's like it's pretty much like a production, like this
Sure.
production line, assembly line,
Yeah.
and I'm always pumping out music to these guys. So I know for the most part, they're always like getting text messages like, "Hey, here's the next one," or "Here's the next one." So
Did
yeah,
you hear the song? And it, there's an artist, and if you know the indie uh, genre, and you're a trumpeter, you'll know who I'm talking about. But there's a song called "Pass the Groove," and when you were telling me, this guy got it, then that guy got it, then this guy got it, that's kind of how it felt, that you were literally passing the groove,
yeah,
to these
yeah.
guys.
It is, and
Yeah,
John Cos, he's super busy. He's about to tour, and he tours regularly. So I'm trying to send him music that's not even done, just enough to get his part on it, so I can
sure.
finish it up later. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
very fortunate, to work with these guys.
Well, you guys are going to see the collaboration between me and my brother, and that I'm the visual. This is kind of like a first, because he's always doing visuals for his songs. But well, I think the last time, Safe Travels, did I do a slide?
Yeah, you did,
Oh,
yes, and it was
isn't that
very nice.
amazing?
Yeah,
That was amazing.
and I did want to say this too. the intro, like I was listening to the intro to the show and the piece that you did on me.
Yes.
I was like, man, who is that guy? I'm
Yes.
super humble. It was great. Thank you. I really appreciate
Oh,
all your kind words, but that was a
oh,
great piece. Thank you.
you are amazing. And, the world needs to know. And if I've got anything to do with it, they
I
will.
appreciate it. Thank
You
you.
are so welcome. You guys, listen to No Bees tonight by our special guest songwriter producer, Terence Thompson. You guys are really, I think you're going to love this. We'll be back in just a little bit. Enjoy it. No Bees by our special guest tonight, Mr. Terrence Thompson. That was so sexy. I mean,
Thank
that smoky sound, that jazz nightclub filled with smoke, people all over the way, everywhere, all over the place. Even standing room only, like by the bar. I see that visual.
Yeah, yeah, and definitely feel it. And I want to give a big, big shout out to my man Hank Bilal, who
Oh,
who killed
Hank!
it on the trombone. Yeah, that's
Oh,
Hank
that was
on the trombone.
coming
Yeah,
next week.
yeah. That dude is.
Hey,
Yeah. I heard that brother was like, "Hey, I would love to work
he's
with
a
you."
beast.
He is.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I look forward to working with him again in the future. But
Wow.
yeah, that's no bees, and very, just very humbled by that track, and it just made a Spotify jazz playlist. So super
What?
excited about that. Yeah, yeah, that's very excited. And it's difficult to make those Spotify playlists.
It
It's very
is.
hard. You
Yes,
know,
it is. And when they choose you, that means you're on to something.
yeah.
And I mean, I've always known that about you, so I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Your songs collectively, are you at 1 million streams yet?
I'm very, very close.
I know
I'm
you
very,
are.
very, very close, and
Yeah.
that was a goal of mine to be able to see if I could do that as an indie artist, and you know, it's it was important, but now just like when I kick it or connect with people like Alvin, and just all of these other different people that I've met, and
Yeah.
the music resonates with them. That alone is just it's what I need to make me just want to get back in there and create something new and different,
Yeah.
yeah, to share. But yeah, I do it because I love to do it, and I would
Mm.
be doing it, anyway, you know.
Listen, you guys have got to visit the website, mrterrencethompson.com. Do you prefer that they come to the hub or do you prefer that they go to your social media? What would you prefer they do in order to get the music?
Whatever is easiest for them,
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever is easiest. I am a huge advocate of Spotify, I mean, for the sake of the streaming and what it does, in terms of the amount of control and what the visibility that we have as artists,
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
but whatever's easiest, I mean, if they want to watch it on YouTube,
Yep.
whatever, however, I mean, just if you enjoy it, just let me know you enjoy it, because I appreciate that,
That's amazing. Almost 1 million views. I saw, all those different, if you guys didn't see the intro, please go back at the end of the show and watch the intro because I shot through the intro several of the covers. And if you go to any of the digital platforms, you'll see well, specifically Spotify will show you all the streams of each one of those. Amazing numbers. Um, Clearly, they're listening. Clearly, they are. And so we are just humbled to have you. We're so godly proud of you.
well, thank you.
It's just so amazing. Please connect with Terrence. Um, and again, these are the ways in which you can connect with him, support him. Download is really good. Streaming is one thing, but downloading, that's a whole other thing. And so, anything you want to share with the indie artist, any wisdom key, and or if not a wisdom key, what do you want people to leave with once they hear all of this collection of sweet music that you have?
Wow. I just, if you enjoy it, just share it with someone,
Yeah.
and I am very humbled by the fact that if anyone would take time to listen to the music, we do it because it's something that we love to do, and it's just something that we want to give. That's all it is. But yeah, if you definitely like it, share it and let me know. And those questions that you have, shoot them to me, and I'll definitely make sure I answer them, because I would love to be able to answer any question that I can.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, everybody, we thoroughly appreciated having you there. All the questions that you asked, some I may not have gotten on the screen, but Terrence, you're more than welcome to go on the page
Yes.
and just go down the live after the show, the
Okay.
rebroadcast, and just look at it and just answer any of these questions that you, like you said, that you can.
Absolutely.
Because I
Absolutely.
think there was one question that was posed by Nikki. Why did you walk away from the previous label? But that was your label,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah, and it was kind of, yeah, Nikki. I can answer that right quick. So it's kind of an inside joke. I got to start helping my wife recoup some of her investment now. so,
Ah, and
so,
that
so yeah,
important.
so songs need to be on her label now. Yeah,
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 that's
yeah.
very important. So, anything else that you guys want to post to him, please make sure that you put it here in the chat and it will be seen under the live in the community. And we just appreciate you guys because there's so many vodcasters out there, that happen on the same day, sometimes the same time, but you came here and I'm humble and I really
So am I.
appreciate, yeah, the UAR family. You guys, I love you dearly. Wouldn't trade you for a piece of German chocolate cake. I'm being funny.
Sounds like that's an inside joke.
Love German chocolate cake. Oh, but I love you guys so very much. You support me. And remember, what you make happen for others, God will definitely make it happen for you. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. And we will see you again next week. Hank Bilal will be on here. We just talked about him. That brother's going to come on and showcase
Yes.
his stuff just for you. You guys, I love you so much. You guys stay tuned because I've got an outro. Somebody brought up the fact that I think last week something got cut off. And I said, well, we're going to stop getting cut off because we're going to have, as well as an intro, then we're going to have an outro. I love you guys. You take care. I'll see you soon.